I'm going to explain assignment 4. It's all about percentages. So it's 2 pages, 13 and 14. So I'll explain 13 first. Okay, 13 is all about the meaning behind percentages, whether or not you have a grasp on them. And then page 14 is finding them. So let's talk about 13 first. Emma is saving for a bicycle that costs $300. This month, she reaches 60% of her goal. Label and shade the bar model to show her progress. How much money has she saved? Explain. So here's the bar. 0% of 300 would be $0. 100% of her goal is $300. And notice they have split 100% into 5 equal parts. We know that 100%, 100 divided by 5 is 20. So that means this chunk right here is 20%. This line right here would mark 40%. This one right here would be 60. And then here would be 80. And then 100. So it asks us to shade up to 60%. Okay. Oops. My 6 is not very good. There we go. So that means, I am sorry, people. I'm really bad with this tool. It would be the first 3 chunks, 20, 40, 60%. She's almost there. And then it asks, well, how much money is that? So you're going to have to figure out, well, 300 divided by 5 is going to be 60 because 5 goes into 36 times, 5 goes into 0 times, 60. So here would be $60. Another 60 would be 120. And a third 60 would be 180. So if she's at 60% of her goal, that means she has raised so far $180. Now, when it asks you to explain, you can just be very to the point. We know that 20% of 300 is 60. So if she was at 60% of her goal, okay, that would mean you'd have 3 of the 60s or $180. That wasn't a very good explanation. Maybe 300 divided by 5 is 60. 100 divided by 5 is 20. So at 60% of her total goal, she would have raised $180. I bet I could make that even better. See, I'm anxious to see what you guys do on that. Now down here on the second page, this is where you're actually doing the computation. You are multiplying to find the percentage of an amount, of a quantity. Now, I always say this, the word of is a magical word, and it means, I hope you said, multiplication. So when we're finding 40% of 80, you can do it the long way, and you can take 80. Now you wouldn't write 40. If you wrote 40 right here, 40 is a whole number. There's the decimal. If you converted this to a percentage, this would actually be 40 100%. Okay. And so we don't want that. We want to write 40% as a decimal. And that's when you got to remember how to do that. So it's 0.40. So you could do that multiplication, or, okay, you could just do some mental math. 10% of 80, so if I split 80 up into 10 equal pieces, 80 divided by 10 is 8. So if 10% of 80 is 8, and 10% goes into 40% 4 times, 8 times 4 is 32. So 40% of 80 is 32. And you can check yourself by using estimation. 40% is almost half. Half of 80 is 40. Yeah, this is almost half, almost 50%. So I think that's good. So see if you can do them mentally. If not, go ahead and change your percentages into decimals and multiply. Good luck with that. I think you'll do just fine.